Way back, at the start of the last generation, digitally downloadable games on consoles were a wild new thing. The indie scene hadn't quite exploded yet, but some talented developers were making great wee games that were doing pretty damn well in the digital stores.
So much so that the corporations started to take notice.
While Microsoft ran their Summer of Arcade promotions, another corporate giant wanted a piece of that sweet digital video game pie. Amongst a spate of other junk food companies making games, Frito-Lay, or as you probably know them, Doritos, started an annual competition called Unlock Xbox, in which the general public would pitch 500-word game concepts and the top 5 finalists would be made into games and then voted on, and the winner would get $50,000 and a consultancy role for a year.
Well, competition was a bit of a laughingstock for years with a ridiculously unwieldy concept that even the most rabid of achievement hunters wouldn't be interested in. It wasn't until 2010 when things started to get interesting. There were 2 strong finalists, the first of which was called Harm's Way, a concept devised by a guy called Justin Carpenter. It was a co-op driving/shooting game.
Developed by Austrian indie developer Bongfish GmbH, it had a pretty rad Mad Max-esque aesthetic and rocked a soundtrack by Austrian thrash metal band Die Mongstillbomb. Yeah, sorry for butchering that.
The second was a Ninja Warrior, or Sasuke from our weebs out there, inspired game called Doritos Crash Course, whose concept was by Jill Robertson.
The game would go on to be developed by Behaviour Interactive, who were well known at the time for working with licensed property.
Let's go on a wee sidebar before we continue.
Behaviour Interactive had at this point been a prolific developer for years. However, they weren't always known as that. After publishing a platformer about the Jersey Devil, which I seriously need to play, and Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, they decided that the name Behaviour didn't quite work for them. So they changed their name to Artificial Mind and Movement Inc. in 2000.
They would often shorten that name to A2M. I'm gonna let that sink in for you. A2M.
Anyway, after running a company that shared an acronym with a porn category for 10 years, they decided that they'd had enough, likely being confused for something more popular than them.
That and they needed to rebrand after making Wet.
Anyway, back at the competition. Harm's Way seemed aesthetically at least a better draw for gamers, but it played like shit, and so Doritos Crash Course slipped ahead and took the victory. Magnanimously, Doritos decided, however, that both contestants deserved the prize money and awarded $50,000 to Carpenter as well.
Thank you so much to our dear beloved corporate overlords.
It's a miracle!
But honestly, at the time I didn't know about any of this. In fact, I didn't know about any of this until I sat down to make this video.
The competition no longer exists, and if you click on the link to the official Unlock Xbox website in any article that mentions it, you're brought to a website dedicated to getting 3D slot machines on the Xbox.
Fuck?
Direct quote here. And while we are taking the entire online gambling experience to the next level, the time has come for turning Doritos' Dash of Destruction into a reality. That is why renowned Xbox Live Arcades developer Ninja Bee has been brought in on board.
Oh, I see now. It's a laugh. Fuck, that's embarrassing for both Microsoft and Doritos. Take that, corporations. The wee guy won, you know.
I didn't find Doritos Crash Course thanks to the competition though. I think I heard something a bit later on about some dinosaur game they'd released. Otherwise I was oblivious. I was just looking at 3 games in the store one day, and there it was in all its cheap basic Avatar game glory. So I gave it a download. Partially for a laugh to see how bad it was, partially because I've always enjoyed shit like Takeshi's Castle, Unbeatable Banzuki and Ninja Warrior, and to my surprise, I also enjoyed this.
Don't get me wrong, it was a super basic 2D platformer at the time, or hardly Mario, or to put it against something in its own time frame, Trials HD. But there was something there.
The game featured total wipeout style obstacle courses for your avatar to run through. I think the avatar inclusion was a selling point. As shown previously and much better by Nintendo and Wii Sports, it's really fun to see a wee version of yourself, or something utterly bizarre looking in my case, run through levels for you. Or could it have been the whopping 15 levels across 3 regions that drew people in?
Yeah, probably not.
Also, the game just didn't feel quite right. If you don't hold the run button then you can't get through the level, but if you do, everything feels like you're skating about on ice near a cliff edge in the pitch black with the inevitable drop into the unknown depths of hell just waiting for you. Aye, it controlled a wee bit wank-like. Still, something was fun about it.
It was the kind of game you chuck on for a laugh when you had folk over, as people who knew me at the time can attest to.
Far too many nights were spent getting far too competitive and screaming at each other and the TV about this terrible game and its bastard hard final few levels. There are very few games in which I've seen folk playing go from happy to absolutely fucking raging in 3.5 seconds. But that's its charm. I'd be lying if I said I'd never enjoyed this mediocre game with its bizarre corporate porn category competition origins.
I'd also be lying if I said that I didn't want to put my controller to the telly a fair few times while playing it.